All right, Showtime Rock and Roll, Kristin Cavallari. Are we gonna get honest today?
Always.
Always honest.
Always a
with
little
you.
too honest, I feel.
I never thought I'd see the day. You are back on reality television. What changed?
I know, I've said a million times that I wouldn't go back.
Give them some damn headlines. I got a pic from Harry, you guys.
This was a different experience for me in that I was already going on a podcast tour.
Right.
I thought, why not have cameras come along for the ride? I filmed an entire show in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. And this is the first show I've done where producers weren't coming in every 5 seconds going, okay, can we talk about this? Can we talk about that? So it was really enjoyable.
After 5 years away from the small screen, Kristin Cavallari is back. We caught up with the 38-year-old at an Uncommon James event here in Nashville, where she gave us all the details on her new docuseries in this ET exclusive.
Traditionally, we've never seen your kids on reality television, and now we're seeing them there.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Justin, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, and I really just started showing them on social media in the last few months too. So basically, in a nutshell, I just wanted them to be old enough to make the decision that they wanted their lives out there. Because I didn't know, I have 3 kids, maybe one of them wanted to be private. So I just wanted them to make that decision. Reality TV is such a big part of my life for over 20 years now. To be able to share that experience with them was actually really special. They only filmed 2 days. It was easy. They loved it.
They are such hands too. I mean, we see where they get their personality from.
Especially my oldest, Cam. He's hilarious. He really comes alive in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Makes me a little nervous.
But they get what Mama does.
Oh, they're human beings now. They're like real people at this point. They totally understand what's going on.
I'm curious, though, what was that conversation like with your ex, Jay? Because I'm sure he had to give his consent as well.
No.
No?
No.
So you're just like, okay, but he's not featured in this because he doesn't want to participate. So
He's not in my life, so
Right.
he wouldn't be on my reality show.
While Kristin has no interest in returning to reality TV for good, she's making the most of her big TV return and setting the record straight on all those rumors, including the ones about Glenn Powell.
She also recently went on a date with Top Gun.
He gets me in so much trouble.
How?
I even know what he's talking about.
Oh, honey, I think you do.
I don't,
Was
though.
it one date and done? Was there not a second date? Why wasn't there a second date?
No, Glenn and I are friends, honestly.
But there was a date.
I wouldn't say that.
Kristen,
Call Justin, I guess he knows.
this is a headline, honey.
You can ask Justin.
What does the dating scene look like for you now? Are you single?
I am
Would you
single.
like to be married again someday?
I know I'll get married again one day.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm in no rush, and I have not really been dating at all this year so far. And that's been nice too. I mean, and honestly, I was so busy before the podcast tour. I was like, no dating, no distractions. And I've just kind of maintained that.
Yeah.
And honestly, between work and my kids, I have my kids most of the time now, it's difficult to find time for dating.
Yeah.
And because time is so precious, it has to be someone really worth it.
Fans will also get a Laguna Beach reunion on Honestly Cavallari, the headline tour, Wednesdays on E!
I feel like you need to stop thinking with your chi-chi.
Now, are you still speaking and seeing Talon after what he pulled?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Talon. No, listen, I love Talon.
Yeah.
I will always love Talon.
Who's your first love?
He wasn't my first love.
Ish.
No.
Kind of.
No, he wasn't.
No?
No, but I love him. I do love Talon.
Mm-hmm.
But no, listen, I think what happened with Talon, it was like typical high school buddies. He had a few too many. He was giving me a hard time, but it was nothing that I can't handle.
You asked everyone if they were proud or embarrassed by their time on Laguna. So I'm curious, what would your response to that question be? Were you proud or embarrassed in looking back?
Well, it's been both at different points in my life. I mean, now I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I think when I was going through it, it was both actually. Because Laguna was sort of a groundbreaking show. We didn't have anything like that at the time. But I also definitely had moments that I was not proud of. Everyone seeing me dancing on a bar at age 17, like things like that.
Yeah. Who else from Laguna are you in touch with on a regular basis?
Basically the whole cast of season 2. I still keep in touch with Steven. Regularly I would say that's who. Jason, I saw Jason Waller yesterday. My kids and I went over to his house and they just had a new baby. But I talked to everybody a lot.
Your mama didn't want you to go on Laguna.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like, ooh, maybe I should have heeded mama's advice?
Well, no, because it's gotten me where I am today. I understand why she had reservations. MTV didn't have the best rep at the time. And there were moments that were difficult for me as a 17, 18-year-old girl, but overall I'm really thankful for the experience.
Now, at one point, will you let your kids watch episodes of Laguna, or have you? Have they seen clips?
They've seen clips, they've tried to watch it, it's so boring that they are not into it.
Now, you've recently said that you've grown more in the last 5 years than ever. You've attributed it to your divorce and also distancing yourself from your father. How has that given you peace?
So it's so interesting because I think a lot of people would imagine cutting a parent out of your life would actually be really traumatic. It's actually, I feel like, the last thing I needed to do to find my peace. My relationship with my dad was always tough, to say the least.
Right.
And you know, so many things had happened, but finally there was a final straw, and it involved my kids. And I can't do that anymore. When you cross the line with my kids, you know, that was all I needed to then cut him out of my life. Like, I really feel that. I feel the biggest weight has been lifted since I cut my dad out of my life. I don't miss him. And I know that sounds so harsh to say. I never liked my dad. I don't even think my dad liked me. And so it's been, honestly, one of the better things I've done in my life.
I always appreciate your openness when it comes to, honestly, anything, but particularly cosmetic procedures. You were open about undergoing a second breast augmentation.
Yep.
You said it was the best thing that you ever did. Why?
Well, both boob jobs were the best thing I've ever done. I always hated plastic surgery. I always thought I would never do anything, and then I breastfed 3 kids, and it changed.
Things change.
Things
Gravity
change.
takes its toll.
And what happened to my boobs was so sad.
Kristin told us she has zero regrets about going under the knife for a second time. She had a ruptured implant, and instead of having them removed, Kristin decided to go bigger.
People are like, you're so healthy, you won't do Botox, but you'll put in an implant. Yeah, that's the one thing in my life, the one vain thing I'm gonna do, and it doesn't have to make sense to other people, it makes sense to me, and that's what matters.
So that is still your stance on Botox?
I've never done it. Oh, I'm like, hello, people are like, yes, you do. I'm like, you can tell.
Yeah, you are very expressive.
You can tell. You would know immediately if I was.
Have you done anything else?
I've done Dysport one time under my eyes. It was in the height of COVID. It
Dysport?
made my
What's that?
It's like a healthier Botox.
Okay.
Made my eyes droop. I looked crazy. I did filler under my eyes one time. It pooled. I had like a pocket of filler under my eyes. I had to get it dissolved 5 times. I was like, I will never do these things ever again. I love PRF, which is your own blood. They take your blood, they spin it. It's that gold plasma. They inject it under your eyes. You can do your lips. I do in here your nasal labial
Your
folds, whatever
little
they're called.
smile
yeah,
lines.
the smile lines.
Girl.
You can do it all in there. I just did it last week. I love gua sha, I love red light, I love any microcurrent. Listen, my mom is 72, she looks amazing. Like, genes are definitely part of it.
Yeah.
I eat really well, I work out, I drink a ton of water, I take really good care of myself.
Right.
And honestly, I think this is so, people won't understand this. Working through your trauma, getting rid of the BS in your life makes a huge difference because it starts within.